Alright, good morning everyone. This is Mr. Mosier, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at Emily Dickinson. We're going to do a quick poetry reading. I'm going to do a little bit of explanation, why I like the poem, um, some of the things you can pull out of this poem, and a little background about Emily Dickinson. So, Emily Dickinson was born in Amherst, Massachusetts in 1830. She grew up in this small town and she dropped out of high school at a young age and then lived a very reclusive life. She wrote a lot of poems, hundreds of poems, over 1,000 poems, and she also wrote a lot of letters to people. Even though for the majority of her life she did live alone with her family in the house, she didn't really have any visitors. She was never married. And that's a little bit of background about Emily Dickinson. Mm. All of her poems are named after the first line of the poem, and they were all given a number. The poem we're going to be looking at today is Tell All the Truth, but Tell It Slant, poem number 1263. I like this poem because it's really short and it's actually incredibly concise and to the point, but also contains a lot that you can look at and kind of pick apart. So I like it for that. So I'll read it now. Tell all the truth, but tell it slant. Success in circuit lies. Too bright for our infirm delight, the truth's superb surprise. As lightning to the children eased, with explanation kind, truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. So the first thing you're going to notice is Emily Dickinson uses a lot of slant rhymes, which are rhymes that they sound really close, but they're not exact, and she uses these to add kind of a musical element to her poems, while also giving her... She uses these slant rhymes to add a musical element, but it also gives her a lot of freedom in her word choice, so she doesn't need exact rhymes while she's writing. Another thing that she works with a lot is her punctuation. So you'll notice we have circuit is punctuated, delight is punctuated, we have a capital T for truth here, lightning, children, another capital T, truth. Using capitalization to kind of pull us to these. So we know this is very delightful for her, right? So too bright for our infirm delight. And like I've mentioned, the capital T truth, so the truest truth. So what she's saying in this poem is basically that if you want to convince someone or if you want to get them on your side, it's a lot more successful if you can kind of rope them in and get them with a softer version of your message before you actually hit them with the hard truth. And I think that's most evident with our line, the truth must dazzle gradually, or every man be blind. So she's saying kind of ease them into it, because if you go around, especially back when this poem was written, and you start fighting for breaking down the establishment and trying to get women the rights they deserve, then it could very easily backfire with people saying, whoa, 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 I'm not ready for that, that's not how this is supposed to be. So instead, you kind of get them in with one thing at a time. And I think that holds true today. So, yeah, just think about that. Next time you're having a disagreement with a friend, maybe give them a lighter version and see if you can't pull them into the truth slowly. Alright, thank you.